hello everyone, today I'm at one of the most famous creative art university and we will meet Akshit today. So hi Akshit, can you please
Hi.
introduce yourself? Thank you so
Hi.
much for having me.
Nice to meet you. I'm Akshat. I'm from Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar Island.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't know about Andaman, mainly outsiders, but the mainland people know about Andaman, and I'm from that. I'm from the islands, and yeah, this is the first time I'm away from the island. I'm here in the United States studying abroad. Yeah.
Very nice.
Uh,
So like it's very rare for people from at least Andaman and Nicobar Islands to see in US. You're the first person I'm
Yeah.
seeing. How many people from there go abroad?
None.
None.
Not a lot of, but they do go for masters. But I'm here for undergrad
Very
because
nice.
So I'm majoring in visual effects.
Visual effects.
So visual effects is one of the courses which is not really that big in India, but it's becoming like pretty big and pretty successful in terms of like popularity and like other industries reaching out to India, Indian studios, visual effects studios to work with the artists. So it's pretty big and it's growing. But at that time, it was during COVID. I made the decision and I wanted to come to US to study visual effects here.
Very nice. So what tools you are most passionate about? So visual effects में बहुत सारे tools आते हैं. So which tools are you into and which we want to use after graduating as well?
So I started off with Blender. I love Blender. Doesn't matter what other people say. I love it. But here they teach you Maya, Houdini, and other things across platforms like. With Houdini, there's so for texturing and other stuff, there are other different softwares like we can do texturing in 3D Substance Painter. That's another software. So it's like everything is pretty integrated. They use the industry standard softwares, but I tend to go towards like the non-professional softwares like Blender. Blender is not considered a professional software.
Not industry.
No, not industry professional. That's where the professors here don't recommend Blender, but I still use it. But yeah, they teach Maya and things like that. Houdini, I really wanted to learn Houdini because I really like it. You can do a lot with Houdini, just like playing with. It's a learning process. Like with Houdini, it's like it's incremental. Like you have to, it's part by part. You have to learn a little bit, learn little bit by little bit, and eventually it takes like years for a professional to become really. Even like people who have done 10 years experience don't consider themselves like as professional in Houdini, but Houdini is really complex software, but they teach it here in SCAD. So I'm excited for it. I have it on my laptop, but I haven't used it. So I'm still waiting for my Houdini class to learn it. Yeah.
Very nice. And जिनको नहीं पता, Atlanta is a big movie industry hub. For example, यहाँ पे काफी movies shoot हुई हैं. आप बताना कौन सी आपने देखी यहाँ पे?
शूटिंग के दौरान अभी लेटेस्ट ना एक्सोसिस्ट है. ये बगल में एक चर्च है, पॉपुलर चर्च है शूटिंग लोकेशन के लिए. तो वहाँ में शूट हुआ और कैप्टन अमेरिका सिविल वॉर शूट हुआ वो चर्च में. हम ये उस टाइम नहीं था, बट वहाँ में शूट हुआ सिविल वॉर. तो क्योंकि लोग बोल रहे थे, फिर हम भी रिसर्च करें कि सही के शूट हुआ. देखा तो क्लिप्स इंटीरियर, चर्च के इंटीरियर और मूवी में जो भी सीन था, जब फ्यूनरल सीन था, तो सब मैच करा. तो हम शॉकिंग था कि इतना क्लोज है शूटिंग लोकेशन. वही सब शूट मोस्टली मार्वल मूवीज ही शूट हो रहा है.
इवन स्पाइडरमैन होमकमिंग भी यहीं पे शूट हुआ है. So we are now inside SCAD. So हम यहाँ पे जानेंगे like what are the scope of visual effects? What are the things you can learn when you're studying in the US? So सबसे पहले can you please describe what is the scope of visual effects in the US that you decided US as your dream location to study?
तो पहले चीज़ विजुअल इफेक्ट्स, यहाँ में इंडस्ट्री बहुत बड़ा है. यहाँ में सारा तरह का इंडस्ट्री, सारे लोग यहीं में पढ़ने आते हैं. पढ़ने नहीं बोलने से आर्टिस्ट, विजुअल इफेक्ट्स आर्टिस्ट, बिग स्टूडियोज़ यहीं में हैं. तो वो बहुत अच्छा था. वो बहुत बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी था कि अगर यहाँ में अंडरग्रेड करें तो डायरेक्टली कोई अच्छा स्टूडियो में चले जा सकता है. तो
So you can go to any studio.
Any studio depends if about like how my portfolio looks like.
So 4 years, I would have to work on my portfolio, like to get to do my best. I will do my best to like outperform like in everything, like outperform everyone in everything in my scope.
So which studio will be your dream studio to work in, and which project?
I haven't decided yet, but eventually I would wanna have my own studio, the own visual effects studio, and maybe production house or something like that.
Oh, wow. And जिनको नहीं पता, so SCAD is one of the only university जहाँ पे आपको 3 years की OPT मिलती है, 3 years of work authorization, which is a big thing because it is considered non-STEM major, right?
Yeah.
But for this school, it is STEM.
Yeah. So SCAD में STEM majors को, especially international students who are STEM majors, उन लोग को 3 साल का OPT मिलता है. तो 3 years SCAD will sponsor you visa after your graduation. तो उतने टाइम में जॉब ढूंढ सकते हैं, कुछ अगर कोई कंपनी के साथ उन लोगों को थ्रू वीज़ा मिल सकता है इन लोगों को, तो वैसा कर सकते हैं.
That is very nice. That is very nice. In terms of SCAD, which majors it is very popular for? So बहुत students जो artsy majors choose करना चाहते हैं, what are the majors which are very popular in the US and especially in SCAD जो आप recommend करोगे students को?
SCAD has a lot of majors like all across like all creative fields like. But SCAD is mainly known for architecture and industrial design majors. So it's considered one of the #1 schools in the whole world, like in the US, when it comes to architecture and industrial designs and everything. So it's really great to be in SCAD, like surrounded by all these like industry professional people. Like professors who are here are also industry professionals, so they have worked in the industry and also are teaching here too. So it's a big opportunity to learn from them too. So
yeah, and he told me that you get to work with industry professionals. There's a project. वो क्या होता है?
It's called SCAD Pro. So you get to work with big companies like Adidas, Nike, shoe companies, and like Disney. Like companies which are big and like who want people to come to the company and work for them. The SCAD provides that opportunity for students, so you can connect through SCAD Pro. You can do that course, and you can meet with industry professionals, work with them for like a commercial or like some sort of advertisement. Yeah, it's really helpful for students who are looking for opportunities.
And this is the artwork of Akshit. तो ये किस पे बनाया आपने?
ऐसी एक
ब्रिज पे. किस पे, मतलब कौन सॉफ्टवेयर पे?
सॉफ्टवेयर नहीं है, हाथ से एच करना पड़ता है.
हाथ से बनाया. वाओ.
कॉपर प्लेट में एचिंग कर थ्रू केमिकल प्रोसेस.
वाओ. एंड ये वुड कट है. वेरी नाइस.
ये दूसरे क्लासमेट्स को वुड कट है, बट ये कॉपर प्लेट एचिंग है.
So this is what wood cut means. आप wood को carve करना.
वुड नहीं, ये मिक्स है, बट वुड सिमिलर टू वुड, क्ले से मिक्स है थोड़ा, बट इसी के थ्रू आजकल मतलब इसी से बनाते हैं लोग.
एंड आप अपनी थोड़ी सी जर्नी बताना. सो लाइक आफ्टर 10th grade you decided to go abroad, or what point of time?
During lockdown.
Oh.
So during lockdown I was in 12th grade. I was also an engineering student, but
non-medical.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was a computer science student. I wanted to be a computer science engineer, but then lockdown changed everything. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't like it. I can do it, but I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. But I don't. Yeah. And I discovered about like visual effects, and I was really into movies and Marvel movies and Disney, not Disney, but DC movies, and yeah, that really got me hooked into like visual effects and how they like. I really enjoy looking behind the scenes of the movies and how they like did all the visual effects and like special effects and what techniques they used to do the like a particular shot, like how like it really got my interest, and I was like really wanted to do this. So.
Wow. आपने ब्रह्मास्त्र देखी है?
नहीं.
Oh, okay. Have you seen Ravan?
हाँ, रावण देखी है.
So what do you think about those visual effects?
बहुत अच्छे थे. रावण और जीरो, शाहरुख खान का जीरो मूवी, वो बेस्ट विजुअल इफेक्ट्स है उसमें. शाहरुख खान, वन ऑफ द फेवरेट मूवीज. लाइक जीरो, लाइक उसमें विजुअल इफेक्ट्स इतना परफेक्ट है, बेस्ट या और वो रेड चिली शायद से विजुअल इफेक्ट्स कंपनी है जो
कर रही है, तो आप भी वैसा कर सकते हो if you
हाँ अगर
you know how to
हाँ कोई भी सीख सकता है कुछ भी मेरा मानना है कि मेरे पास कोई टैलेंट नहीं है, हम बस हार्ड वर्क करते हैं और सीखते जाता है वही।
And it's a long term game. इन्होंने बताया कि even after 10 years into an app, अगर आप कोई ऐप सीख जाते हो, जैसे आपने बताया माया ऐप अगर आप सीख जाते हो, like it still takes years and years of hard work to say कि you have become professional.
Maya is easy compared to Houdini, but Houdini is really like because it requires coding and you have to know like Python and everything. So yeah, it's coding plus creative side. Yeah,
so coding is also needed.
Well, if they want to do coding, if they want that side of visual effects, but usually you don't really need coding. But but for specific fields, for specific like for like coming up with effects, things like that, like your own custom effects, yeah, you would need Houdini and like programming. Yeah.
Very nice. And in terms of what are your summer plans? So, for example, for engineering students, हम internship करते हैं. So, what do you do in summer?
On-campus job. Currently, I'm doing like I'm the OA.
OA, what's OA?
Orientation assistant. So it's changing to SCAD bound leader. So I help incoming students, not incoming, so first year students who haven't joined the university yet but are accepted, and I show them around the campus, like their family members, their parents, like everyone around the campus with them. We recently had that, it's called the SCAD bound day. So parents, family members and the students came to the campus and for the whole day, and we took them around, like showed the campus and talked with them. Like we had dinner, lunch, and we had several different programs. So they had like workshops to attend and everything. So it was a really good experience. I did that for 2 weeks and got to learn a lot. Like got to learn a lot. Taught me a lot, and it was an interesting experience. Like,
wow. But in terms of internship, if you want to do after second year, third year, is it difficult to get an internship or easy?
Depends on your, obviously depends on SCAD. Obviously, if you have the name behind, like SCAD behind your resume, like people are gonna be interested in you. Definitely, you will get a lot of opportunity. One of the reasons why I was here was because of SCAD, like the SCAD name and the opportunity it provides. Like because it's just not the name; it's like the people who come to SCAD, like. They are really talented. They are super professional. You get to work with them, and like they're like-minded people, and this is just a really good experience overall. If you want to be surrounded by like-minded people like you,
that is mind-blowing. What is your final goal? So after studying visual effects, your major is visual. Can you share your complete major again?
I'm majoring in visual effects and minoring in film and television.
Oh, so what is your final goal after graduating? Like to get a job or to be an independent, because he can be independent artist as well.
Yeah, but eventually, but if I want to stay in the US, I would have to get a visa, some sort of visa, like H-1B visa, or like still have my student visa or do a master's. So, but I don't want to do a master's. I just want to work. So I would probably join a studio and hopefully get a visa through them, and I work my way up to the top, and yeah.
That is very nice, because visual, as long as you're enjoying visual effects, it's completely worth it, because by working in a studio, you get to learn how movies like Ravan, Zero, and other movies are made. What is your favorite visual effects movie in the US?
In the US, I don't have one right off my top, but let me think. Last one, well, obviously Marvel movies were really good with visual effects, but one of the really good movies with visual effects, without visual effects, I can tell is Oppenheimer. It doesn't have any visual effects, except in India. It has that scene, but
good point.
but other than that, it doesn't have it. So I like that kind of aspect too, like of filmmaking, like how you don't you try to use CGI and visual effects to in your movie at all, and do practical work. So that's something really interesting to me. And other, like a film which has visual effects is, God, there's so many films, but recently. I really liked. God, I really cannot remember any. But I watched Barbie, and it had good visual effects in them. But yeah, my favorite. I don't have a favorite, but everything is pretty good actually. But there are going to be some parts which are worse than like others in the movie, which are But you cannot really name a movie which has a good like visual effect.
Absolutely agree. That is true. Now, degrees in the US are expensive, no doubt. Fees are $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year. But how can students get 100% scholarship into visual effects? Top universities you will recommend other than SCAD, and how they can get 100% scholarship?
So for first year students who are looking to come to SCAD, they will get a certain amount of scholarship, but it's not going to be much through their portfolio work and like their transcript and everything. But it's not going to be much. But so SCAD has a grant called the Current Student Scholarship. So through that you can get like pretty big amount of grants for your academic year. So you can only apply for the grant if you have taken 9 classes already. So almost you're becoming a sophomore. You're almost becoming a sophomore. So
second year, sophomore or second year student?
Second year, और तभी apply कर सकते हो for current student scholarship. और उसमें बहुत अच्छे grant sums मिलता है तो.
Very nice.
So
and what other universities you will recommend students into visual effects?
SCAD hai ek. There's Rhode Island School of Design, which is really good, and it's expensive too. But I would say it's worth it just to try it out, like see how you feel about it, and it's like really good. With it's similar to SCAD, but not similar. I don't want to say similar, but it's kind of SCAD, like it has programs like SCAD, but it's really good too. So
awesome. And अगर आप इंडिया में होते, what university you were targeted?
India, there is one. When I was looking up universities, there was one that I really liked, which it was in Pune, I think. I don't remember the name, but it's been a year. But I don't really remember the name, but it's in Pune. So I was initially planning to go to Pune, but then I thought like the visual effects industry is not really big in India, and it's big, but as compared to here, it's not really that big. But in terms of like, and the pay is really not that great for visual effects artists. Really not that great.
I understand.
So,
that is true. But overall, it is expensive. So remember, visual effects, if you want to study, it's not expensive. But if you target a university where you can work for 3 years after graduation, it could be worth it because you can make that much money as well.
Yeah.
So what are the salaries you think are in visual effects if you feel comfortable after you graduate?
So when I was searching about visual effects and everything, I looked at. So I saw it was somewhere around like $60,000 a year. So $60,000 to $72,000 a year. It can also start from like $42,000 a year to $60,000. Yeah, it depends. It depends what you choose, because it has several like visual effects has like different fields you can work in, like lighting, compositing, and sound. Like not sound, but sound is different. Lighting, compositing. What else? Like particle effects, things like that. There are other things too, but so depending on that, it really depends on that about the pricing. But usually it's somewhere around like 40 to 60,000 initially first year, because it increases with experience.
Students को compare नहीं करना चाहिए. I know it could be less than engineering salary, but US में माना जाता है, no matter how much your salary is, you should think about your passion. So people here become teachers as well. They don't think about salaries when they become teachers. They pursue their passion, something they can enjoy all day. So आपको उस पे इतना focus नहीं करना चाहिए. As long as you're enjoying visual effects, go for it.
Yeah. For sure.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Akshat. It was wonderful talking to you. Learned a lot about visual effects, and I hope this video helps out all the students who want to pursue it.
The morning light on, I just wanna be your Superman.